Hey, what is up, my fellow guitar addicts? I'm Caesar, and you're watching Addicted to Guitar, where we are everything guitar. So right now, stop what you're doing, look down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then smash that bell after it so YouTube can let you know when we're doing new videos, because we are doing new videos all the time. And today we've got Guitar of the Day, and today's Guitar of the Day is this awesome Fender American Standard with the humbuckers. I know you don't see too many Strats with humbuckers. I think they made this one in 2014, and they were trying to give you guys, well, give everybody a Strat, but still trying to give you that humbucker feel so you could rock out with your Strat. These pickups are pretty sweet pickups, and I'm pretty happy with them. The only thing they don't have is a coil split. Somebody had mentioned when I was checking out the reviews online about this guitar that the great thing is to have put in a 5-way switch and then made the middle positions coil splits. Fender didn't do that. It's only a 3-position switch, so you only get the neck position and the bridge position, but each one has its own volume and it's a master tone. It's a pretty nice setup, so you can have something a little softer in the neck position and then something a little harder in the bridge position, and you don't have to adjust the volume. You can just switch back and forth. So I think you guys have seen this guitar. I use this one quite often. This one I keep tuned down to E flat, so anytime I'm doing kind of Hendrixy stuff or maybe some Eddie Van Halen stuff, this is usually the guitar that I pull out. So I wanted to give you guys another look at this beauty. And I've got some sound clips with this guitar and this killer positive grid Spark. So I'm trying to give you guys a quick review of it. It's a little difficult because it's so vast and has so many sounds and options, but I am pretty impressed with how this little cab here with the, I don't know, these got to be what, maybe 6-inch speakers, 4-inch speakers. They rock pretty hard. It has a lot of bass, actually almost too much bass inside of a little room. It's really bassy. But you got some knobs on the top here, which is kind of nice because if you don't have the app with you, or you don't want to use the app and you turn on the amp will actually boot up with a couple presets on there already. But I've just been getting into just the presets, and they've got quite a bit of presets and a lot of amps. I gotta say, the rectifier sound, the Mesa Boogie rectifier type amp, is pretty impressive, and also the match list is pretty impressive. I think they've got a good algorithm that I don't know if it completely emulates the sound, but the sound that they give you is pretty nice too. They've also got a Friedman style amp and obviously some plexis, and they've got some orange type amps in here, so if you like the orange rockers and things like that, they've got these here for you. The only thing that I'm not completely digging is the signal chain is kind of set up to be a standard signal chain, so you can't necessarily move things around, or if you can, I haven't quite figured it out yet. But basically the signal chain comes with a noise gate, a compressor, an overdrive, then the amp, then modulation, which would be like flanger or something like that, then a delay, and then reverb, and then that's it. But you can't necessarily move them around or have two of one thing. If you can, I haven't quite figured it out yet. But oh yeah, that's looks like probably a 5150 style amp. So the app isn't that user friendly, but you are able to get around with it, and there's actually a lot of things on here that I haven't even gotten into, like downloading songs or playing with other songs from, I think you can play songs with like Spotify and some other stuff. You can download them and play with them, and it'll actually show you the chords, which I thought was pretty impressive, so you could learn songs with it too. So if you're looking for something that kind of does everything in one, it's a pretty cool system. My only concern with digital amps and things that have to use apps is these kind of technologies have a limited lifespan, and I'm a little concerned with what happens when they stop upgrades and they stop updating it, and the technology kind of moves past it. Will you still be able to get a tablet and get a program for this amp 5 years from now when tablets have changed and maybe the programs have changed? That's really my only concern, but if you're not too concerned with that and you just want something that rocks out right now, this is pretty cool. So hopefully I can give you guys a lot more of this as time goes on. My friend Dave from Dave on a Stick Guitars lent it to me, so I have to give it back to him, so I won't have it for very long. But I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with it. And even if you don't have the app, or maybe once the app gets too old to use, it is a normal amp with knobs. And you do have 4 presets here, and you do have, maybe like 6 amp styles here. So in that sense, it'll always be a regular kind of DSP amp, which sounds way better than some of the other DSP amps like Line 6s and things like that, which tend to have a particular sound and you can't get away from that Line 6 sound. This does not. When you change to another style amp, it changes. and it doesn't sound like the same amp, just with different knob settings. So, like I said, I've got some more sounds for you, so hopefully you'll hear it throughout this video. I'll put some in the beginning, put some at the end. Also, I wanted to see how it takes pedals, so I do have my TS9 hooked up to it, and I'll show you a quick video clip of what's here on the floor. I've also got my loop station, so you may see a little clip with a background loop and me playing over it. It took the TS9 pretty well. Not every preset did. Some of the distortion presets, it kind of pushed it over the edge and just made it too clippy and not anything usable. But some of the clean and slightly overdriven channels took the TS9 pretty well, and it actually accentuated it. So there really isn't kind of a gain stage here to push because it's all DSP. But I think they did a good job of thinking about pedals and making the amp modelers accept them reasonably. So hopefully I'll give you a lot more of that. Maybe I'll change it out and put some other pedals in there if you guys are interested. So this has been Guitar of the Day. This has been the Fender American Standard. This is Olympic White, and it's got the maple fretboard. It's got that standard maple neck. It's got the deluxe tuners. These aren't the locking tuners. I think on my other American Standard, I've got the same guitar, almost the exact same year too, but with the single coils. I think that one I put the locking tuners on. It's got the 2-point tremolo. All the Fender tremolos have that same issue with the G string, but I mean, you're always going to have an issue with your G string, right? So, dig it, guys. Hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.